Here's a quick tip if you happen to be trying to change the actuator from your heater AC door on a Ford F150. This is a 01. I'm not sure which all years. I think up through 02 from about 97 or so. Should be the same. All the videos, they'll tell you that you have to take out this airbag module, which came out from right there. And there's 3 green screws, such as that are easy to see. Fairly easy to get to. You have to push the accelerator pedal in to get to that one maybe, but they're fairly easy. What they don't tell you, or what I've not seen, there's also in the back a snap clip that holds this in, which if you don't know it, it's difficult to just slide that out like they all show. But if you've got your little, whatever this little pry lever, forgotten at the moment what it's called. Anyway, you can pry that out and this will slide out fairly easy. Then they tell you you need to remove this piece of the heater vent. And they'll tell you there's 3 screws. One back there, one here. They're easy to find. And there's one that's not easy to find back in there behind that piece of plastic you can't see. And they'll tell you those screws, you just remove them and then slide this out. Well, that one's easy enough. It's not real easy to get to any of them, but this third one back here is almost impossible. It's behind that piece of plastic. You can't get a ratchet under there and up to it. If you run your hand back here, you can feel the screw. This may or may not help you, but what I finally did to get to it was took a swivel adapter, put it on a nut driver with an extension and an 8mm socket, and then ran that up through here. I'm filming with one hand. It takes both hands to do it. Then I reached through with my other hand till I could feel the nut. Like I say, it's on the other side of this. Can't see it. You can't turn a ratchet. If you could get one in there, this wouldn't work. But anyway, by doing that, putting this at an angle through here, can't come from the front because it'll be on a 90 and it won't turn. I did manage to finally get a hold of that 3rd screw that removes this heater vent. And I don't know what it's going to be like getting it back in, but everybody shows the same thing. You take that screw, you take that screw, you take that screw. It's not that simple. But it can be done. I just showing this, the one thing that did help me was just putting an extension about midways between my nut driver and the 8mm socket. Maybe it'll help you, save you a little bit of time. And they probably don't put it on there because they didn't want to edit out all the swearing. It's tough. I don't know how well this is going to focus, but a follow-up video to getting the impossible bolt out on your actuator change. There's the new actuator. It did solve the problem. There's plenty of videos that show you about that. But the impossible bolt back here was very hard to get out. Getting it in is not going to be great, but you do have an advantage with putting it back in, that you can hold the vent down and then stick the screw through and at least see if it lines up with where it's supposed to go. And I'm sure I'm doing a horrible job of filming this with one hand and looking at the screw with the other. But anyway, it's not going to be easy, but I do believe putting it back will be easier than getting it out. I'm going to have to use both hands, but just a quickie. Still going to be a pain to get to it, but like taking it out, I imagine with extensions, swivels, etc., we can probably get it. And same as taking it off with the swivel adapter, pull handle, and extension. I know it looks huge, it's 1/4 inch set. That was not hard at all to tighten up, or at least in comparison to getting it off of there. We've got that hard bolt back in. The rest of the whole process of changing out that actuator You can find plenty of videos on it. And if you saw the vent in two, like some people did, you don't have to get that screw. I'm sure it's not that detrimental. I just didn't want to saw mine.